What's up, you guys? Welcome back to this week's Manga Sutra Manga review, and in this week's video, we're going to be talking about a shonen horror drama called Fukujuu Toshi. Now, our main character is Kyo Ayaha, who is this apathetic, angsty guy who feels that most of his life has had no meaning, and that everything he does now is pointless and boring. Now, for Kyo, that may very well be the case, because he doesn't seem to struggle to get females' attention. He is not lacking in intelligence, and money does not seem to be a problem for him. Now, despite his apathetic outlook on life, Kyo has three friends: Minto, Rinka, and Mawata. Minto is the extroverted social guy, Rinka is the extroverted flirty girl, and Mawata is the introverted nerdy girl. Now, Minto is trying to impress Rinka, and he proposes a bowling competition in which the loser has to wear this very tacky looking shirt that he bought on sale for 1 yen. Now, originally Kyo refuses, seeing no point in participating in the competition, but when Minto presses him, he participates. Now, Kyo, being the main character that he is, he aces the whole bowling competition, and Minto, seeing that he's coming in last place and he might have to wear this very tacky shirt, he begs Kyo to throw a gutter ball. Now, Kyo, being the good friend he is, throws a gutter ball and ends up wearing the shirt. But after being ridiculed by both Minto and Rinka, he goes to the bathroom to take it off before Minto joins him in the bathroom as well. Now, while he's looking in the bathroom mirror, Kyo notices that the cartoon character on his shirt is familiar, and it is the very same cartoon character that he was once fascinated and obsessed with as a kid, that he really loved. And he begins remembering the theme that the cartoon character would say in the show. Now, when Kyo and Minto leave the bathroom, they encounter this horrible scene of gore and mutilated bodies out in the main building. And that's when Rinka runs towards them, and she is hysterical. And this is where we see that Minto's clothes begin to become animated, and there's this mouth-like structure that jumps out of his clothes, and Rinka begins running away from Minto, and that's when this mouth-like structure just bites off the whole upper half of her body. And originally we see Minto just freaking out about this, and we see Kyo is just visibly shook at this, unable to process what's going on. And then we see Mawata explain that people's clothes had started becoming animated and started mutilating and consuming people. And, you know, we see Minto begin to laugh hysterically, stating that he ate Rinka, and, you know, Minto seems to be slowly losing it. And this is where Kyo is starting to come up with an escape plan with Mawata. And Minto begins to plead for Kyo to take him with him. And he's feeling that he's being left by himself. But at the same time, we still see that Minto isn't exactly, you know, distraught at eating Rinka. He's not exactly, you know, remorseful about it. That he's slowly losing it. He's slowly being turned insane. He's slowly being controlled by his clothes. He's stating that he can't move his own body of his own will anymore. And that's when Kyo and Mawata just hightail it down the stairs. And Mawata's blouse begins to animate, and this is where Kyo just rips off Mawata's blouse and her bra as well, pretty much leaving her topless. And Kyo then makes the discovery of the observation that the clothes only become animated if you wear them. But if you remove them in time, the clothes stop becoming animated. And, you know, initially he tries to give Mawata back her bra, but that's broken for reasons. You know, her bra is broken for reasons. So they go to the main street. There's even bigger chaos out there with people being consumed by other people whose clothes have become animated. And it seems they are starting to mutate into their clothes. Now, Kyo and Mawata, they managed to avoid most of the chaos going on and reach this area where the police are. But when they try to reach the police, they are hit face first with this invisible barrier. And we discover from some other guy ramming his car into the barrier that it is nigh indestructible. the police cannot see or hear a thing on the other side of the barrier. So it's not like the police are, locking them in there because, a government experiment or whatever. It just seems to be this barrier is preventing them from even becoming aware of what's going on the other side. Now, being in that precarious situation with a barrier as their wall, all these clothing monsters have surrounded both Kyo and Mawata. Now, Kyo tries to take Mawata and escape, but Kyo finds himself suddenly swarmed by these monsters, and when they close in to consume him, he begins to transform into this type of humanoid monster thing, and he's singing his cartoon character's theme song as he is brutally massacring, just ripping apart all of these clothing infected monster zombies, whatever, I don't know, but he's just ripping them apart. He's just going to town on all of them, and he's just singing his cartoon character's theme song while he's doing this, and then he loses consciousness. Now, Mawata manages to survive and make it unscathed, and when Kyo regains consciousness, she comes to him. And we see that Kyo is trying to take Mawata to another safe spot when he starts to hear a voice, and this voice is coming from his shirt. And we find out that this is the cartoon character on his shirt talking to him. Now, this manga, in my opinion, it has an interesting concept with clothes coming to life and becoming animated and slowly mutating their wearers and also consuming other people. But also at the same time, with the main character and his shirt and what he did when he was surrounded by this swarm of monsters, it seems to be a mix of Kill LA Kill with like the life fibers and the clothes and the abilities and everything like that, and Attack on Titan, where we have this main character is using the monster's power against them. We have this main character who's wearing this shirt, and this shirt is animated in a sense, and it has some sentience, and using his shirt, he's able to transform into this clothing-like monster, but is able to retain his sentience and free will, and is able to use his strength against the other monsters to just annihilate them. It's similar to how Eren Yeager was able to turn into a Titan or become a Titan shifter at the beginning of the series to eliminate other Titans. And we even see like the same type of fleshy link that he has to like this monster form that he has transformed into in the manga as well. Now, some critiques I have towards it as well is that it just seems that Mawata survived for nothing more than sheer sex appeal, because she doesn't seem to be bringing anything to the plot. She doesn't seem to be helping Kyo in any sense. She has in several situations has been nothing more than dead weight. She has been needed to be rescued several times at this point, and it just seems she only exists to keep guys reading for sex appeal, because out of all the things that become animated, it's her blouse, and of all the things that Kyo manages to break, it's her bra, and on top of that, she even loses her skirt, so she's just pretty much running around town half naked. Now, you would think other people in the manga at this point would become aware, hey, these people's clothes are eating other people. Maybe we all need to strip naked. But that doesn't seem to be the case, at least now. There's only 3 chapters right now, but maybe we'll see more naked people. Who knows? Who knows? But it just seems that Mawata survived solely or sheerly for sex appeal. That's my opinion on it. And think about it. Just really think about how close Kyo was in this situation, because Minto was supposed to be the one to wear the shirt. Minto was the one losing the bowling competition. If Kyo didn't throw that gutter ball, we could very well be looking at a completely different story. Kyo could very well be the one wearing the shirt that consumed Rinka or consumed Mawata. And Minto could very well be the hero. Minto could very well be the one wielding this sentient shirt. And also, Minto described the shirt as a bit odd because it had been on sale for years, and it had been on sale for only about $1. So, obviously there's something weird behind the shirt, as well as the fact that it's a cartoon character that Kyo has remembered since childhood. Art style wise, I don't like the character designs. For starters, Kyo looks like a douchebag. His personality is pretty much douchebag-ish, and that matches, I suppose. But I feel like with a lot of these mangas, especially horror mangas too, they really don't put much detail into the character designs. And I feel like if you want me to get invested in a horror manga, if you want me to really get interested in a horror manga, you have to put more detail, you have to put more effort into the character designs. I like characters who have detailed hair. I like characters that have detailed facial features. And when you start off like pretty much the first chapter with pretty much generic character designs and art style, then it just comes off as cheap and it comes off as cheesy, and it takes away from the concept of the manga. It takes away from the concept itself. It takes away from the plot. And sure, the art styles do get better over time, and sure, the characters do develop more detail in their designs as well, but just to start it off cheaply or generically and then start working up, that's pretty bad. I feel like good mangas don't take shortcuts. Good mangas put a lot of detail into character designs. They keep that quality very consistent from the start all the way to the end. And that makes it so when it gets to the end of the manga, the art style, the art detail, everything is just perfect. It's just perfect. Now, would I recommend Fukujuu Toshi? I think the plot itself is interesting. I think the concept of the clothes becoming animated is interesting. And like I said earlier, I think it's a mix between Attack on Titan and Kill la Kill. Now, if those are two shows or two series that you really like, then I really think that this manga is for you. If it's not, then it's probably not a good read for you. I will continue reading because I want to see why these clothes are becoming animated, and, you know, Mawada. Pretty much Mawada at this point. Maybe there's going to be other people naked walking around, but Mawada is going to be probably one of the main reasons until she gets killed. And it's probably going to be very soon for Mawada to die. But honestly, personally, I don't like the main character. I don't like the monster design of the creature he transformed into when he was being stormed by those monsters. I felt like it was very cheap. I felt like that was like a really quick cop out for a monster design or whatever type of creature design that he had individually. I felt like more detail could have been put into that. And, you know, who knows? Maybe we'll see something different in the next few chapters. This is VM. What do you think about this manga? Like, comment, share, subscribe. Bye.